So this is my finished raised bed garden with the irrigation and drip line, soaker line assembly all set up. I'm by no means an expert on any of this stuff, but it's actually a pretty simple, easy setup. I ordered a irrigation kit from Dripworks.com. Has everything you need really for your setup. I'm just going to do a demonstration on how to set up the irrigation part of it, because it's actually really easy to set it up that anybody can do it. I mean, I did it after all, so that should tell you something. Here is the sediment filter that's going into the 45 angled hose bib right there, and pretty simple design. Just has a release nozzle right here, so if you have any sediment that builds up in the line, you simply open the valve. And this is before the pressure regulator, so it'll have enough pressure to push everything out. It will just force everything out of the bottom of the filter, just like so. And then of course when this line is cleared out, close it back up. This is the pressure regulator, which will downgrade incoming, which I got at Dripworks, by the way. They do strictly irrigation products, so it's a great website to check out if you're looking at doing this. Anyways, though, that downgrades the incoming PSI to a pressure that won't blow out your drip lines going to the bed. Next up, you got your female hose start. That's the hose start part. That's the female part. And it's just going right into the pressure regulator. Somehow this just turned into a Dripworks advertisement. So you could buy all these individual parts at, Lowe's, Home Depot, your hardware store, wherever. The thing that's nice about Dripworks is they sell these irrigation kits all inclusively with everything. So you have all your goof plugs for your endpoints, all your transfer barbs to pass water through into your drip lines. Comes, your hole punchers for lines, stakes, filter, pressure regulator, of course the adapters for the hose start, 50 feet of tubing, and the drip lines as well. Of course, you have a ton of these T-fitting plugs and elbow joints and all kinds of stuff that you could use to modify. It's a very modular system, and you could set up and run lines all throughout your yard however you want to do it. Hose attachment is super simple. It's just a press fit into the hose adapter. And then once it's on there, you just basically screw the adapter over it to sheath it and secure it in place. Like so. Now, I'm just giving myself a little extra slack here on the line, because with the Vegas heat, that's going to be, over time, probably start to deteriorate the integrity of the line. So I'm going to dig a trench next to the garden bed and bury it, just to protect it from the elements of the heat and the sunlight, to some degree anyways. So I'm just giving that a little extra slack, a little extra play in the line here where I cut it and put my T-fitting in, so that way I can always adjust it later on, and got enough slack to play with. And of course, what's nice about that is I can always build more stuff out with the rest of the dirt down there for future modifications, but I'm going to cap that other side off for now. So again, the thing that I love about this Dripworks system is that it's just so modular. You have all these T-fittings, or you could put an elbow joint in there, or a T-fitting, or a straight through, but they're all for the same purpose is to shoot off the lines to whatever direction, or however many lines, if you need to split it, divert it, based on your gardening needs or requirements or land size or whatever the case may be. For right now, I'm just doing this garden bed, so this is going to be what's coming up for putting the smaller drip lines across the garden bed. And this is simply a 1/2-inch end cap, which they sell on their site. One comes with a small gardening kit package. I ordered just a couple extra just to have them. They only cost 99 cents, so that's next to nothing. But basically, yeah, just gonna plug off this end over here. So that end is plugged off for now. But that's what's nice, is whatever I want to do in the future with this thing, I can either buy, again, go to either Dripworks or simply to my hardware store and just buy more 1/2-inch drip line. And I can do any really combination of a setup with this. Okay. So that end is terminated, plugged off. This line, other main lines, kind of come up. This is going to get replaced with an elbow. I just have to order an elbow joint here so that this will come straight up, and then at a 90 shoot out over the top. And of course, it's not going to look like this when it's finally done. These are all going to get staked down with a couple of hose clamps, just right into the garden bed, so it's nice and flush. But anyways, this is the last part of your main line. So you have to come up here, and once again, another one of those 1/2-inch end plugs are going to terminate right there. That's where your punch tool comes in, and we're going to punch into the main line and run the soaker lines out horizontally across the length of the garden bed. And right now, the only reason I have a tarp on it is because we had a lot of wind the other night, and just dropping the soil in it for the first time, I did not want it to all blow away. But it's kind of nice because it's actually really warm out. So what I did is I created a very humid environment in the garden bed for right now. So kind of nice how that worked out. So basically, I used just simply hole straps, 1/2-inch hole straps for a 1/2-inch line. Just found in the electrical section of the hardware store, and only a couple bucks from, and you get about 25 per pack. So I've got my trench lines dug, and potatoes are going to go in about 12 inches apart, and then get buried in about 3 inches of soil. So this is where my punch tool comes in. Just going to punch a hole in the main line. Now we're going to take our transfer barb, which is a straight through, and that's going to go in the hole we just punched. Like so. And this is our soaker line with preset soaking ports on it. And our soaker line just goes straight into the transfer barb, like so. We then have the goof plugs, which are to cap off the end of our soaker line, the end of the soaker line from the main line. And these are the stakes that come with the kit, just to secure your line down, your drip line, that is. Anyways, that's one of the nice things about these Dripworks systems, is it comes with everything. Which again, you could buy the individual parts and piece it together yourself from your hardware stores, which is great. But also, the nice thing with these systems from Dripworks is that you don't have to spend time, looking for your goof plugs or your elbow joints or your barbs or any of that stuff. It just comes all inclusive. All the soaker lines are in, attached to the main line. Time to see if it works. It's the moment of truth. Water's on. Just a slight leak there. It's okay, that's just a matter of closing that off all the way. Operator error. Good to go. Line is secure. No leaks. Drip line. Is dripping. No leaks in the main line. All right, potatoes are planted. Drip lines are working. It's a miracle. Wow, all right. Well, and that is that. Potatoes are planted. Drip line is installed, no leaking, up and running. And now we wait. Okay, so now that we are steady rolling with the soaker lines and drip system overall, just need to set it up on a timer. And we are good to go.